Capricorn, welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your monthly reading for March. Instead of a set of questions for Spirit this month, we're just going to ask for a general guidance, a theme, an overarching theme for the month of March for you, Capricorn. And here we have it. We're using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot for our overarching message cards here this week, this month. Yours is Major Arcana number 17, Journey. There's a lot of, these are very glossy cards, so there's a lot of glare, a lot of reflection. This is your card, Journey, and I'm going to read you keywords and key phrases from the guidebook. See what you're up for this month. What are our Capricorn friends going to be addressing this month? What will you be learning? What adventures will you be having? Keywords: experience, character, the past, cause and effect, consequence, conditioning, environment, external influence, providence. Key phrases: you are created by your experiences. Your character is shaped by your past. How does your past influence you? Are you reliving your past in the present? Smile over the good and make peace with the bad. Choose quality experiences. Act with reason and purpose. Avoid involvement in unwanted conflict. Create happy memories. Learn from your journey. Don't make your truths a prison. This day is yours to shape. The Journey card represents the first of the 8 influence cards in this deck. Your life journey, your past, is made up of choices, experiences, and moments that have shaped and created the person you are in the present. You are the sum of all that you have experienced, and your journey and the person it has manifested plays a foundational role in every choice and decision you make. Your journey has influenced your personality and character. You have been shaped by your successes and failures, triumphs and mistakes, heartbreaks and healing, the moments you have been alone, and the moments you have shared with others. Your journey has shaped your likes and dislikes, your biases, your beliefs, and has governed all action. So, if you look back on your life, you'll see that you've moved through one moment and experience to the next. You've faced obstacles and you've overcome them, and you have had moments that have brought you so low that you did not believe you could continue to live. You've had your heart broken and you believed that it would never heal, but it did, and once it healed, you then traveled forward to the next moment, forever changed. The choices you made from that point forward were influenced by what the past taught you. So, your message around this card, the themes that you'll be dealing with in March, have to do with your journey and how your past is influencing your present, and how it will influence your future, and how your present will influence your future. And each moment that you're living through, and each decision and each challenge that you face. Our journey is there to learn from. We break patterns of behavior and repeating cycles by seeing the truth of our past actions and understanding that if something did not work for us on several occasions in our past, then maybe here in the present a different path should be taken. We learn from the mistakes of our past and action that learning into the present. Sorry, I almost dropped the book. 1 second. If we do not learn the lessons of past experience, then we will repeat the experience again and again until we learn our lesson, and in so doing are able to break a cycle. When this card appears, be honest with yourself. Be willing to see the truths people often seek to deny. We may not always have a choice in what we experience and when we experience it, but we do have a choice in how we respond and react once the moment has passed. So, what are you learning What are you bringing from your past into your present? And what do you need to leave behind? Are you still working on learning some lessons? Do you find yourself going through the same sort of situation over and over again, reliving the same patterns? It's because you haven't learned the lesson you need to learn just yet. I'm going to pick 2 clarifying cards from the Starman Tarot for you, Capricorn. Let's see what we have here. We have the Sacred Clown in reverse. This is a card that's particular to this deck. See the artwork? It's in reverse. We'll look that up for you. And then we have the 6 of Swords in the upright. Quite a few folks have gotten the 6 of Swords for this month. Quite a number of signs. Focus. You can see this brave warrior going on a journey forward. Perhaps you're making some progress this month, Capricorn. Sacred Clown, I believe, is somewhat akin to the Fool, but this is a different deck, and I want to be true to the artist and author's intent here, so we won't make too many parallels. The Sacred Clown, the phrase for this card is, I laugh at the game of life. Take the leap of faith and be free. Step out from the void. Embrace your experience, your inexperience. Live in your potential. Explore your world. In the reverse, this card is bringing a message of feeling restrained, acting rashly, upsetting others perhaps. Stay back. Seek to unblock yourself from the changes you face. So I think you're meant to have a different perspective going forward. And March is meant to be a time where you get to really evaluate how open you are to new experience, how trusting you are when you're asked to step out off the edge, when you're asked to go out there and just try something you've never done before. Are you open to that? The reverse Sacred Clown card represents feeling trapped by the burden of responsibilities and the past. There's a danger of acting rashly with little regard for other people's suffering. While it is appropriate to follow the heart and a true calling, it's immature to run away from one's obligations. Unfinished business will follow you around, so take stock. Despite any impatience and longing for adventure, the power to act rather than react. Settle your accounts, research options, and present your position so that it has some chance of being understood. So while you're doing this work of freeing yourself from the past, of learning the lessons that need to be learned so that you can move forward and have a new experience and not keep repeating cycles, there's a possibility that you might hurt others' feelings, and just sometimes that's unavoidable, but just be aware of it and consider whether it's truly necessary. The 6 of Swords has the catchphrase, I adventure into the great unknown. Really a theme here of adventuring, journeying, going on a trip, sort of an internal one more than a physical trip, but though you could be traveling as well. 6 of Swords indicates it is time to venture across the unknown sea. Something is awaiting your arrival. Inertia, a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged, often sits at the helm of any changes we want to make in our lives. It is hardwired biology trying to protect us from risk. Another ally of inertia is the false impression we need to feel good or positive about a change in order to move ahead. In fact, very often we are pushed by the sheer force of life circumstances. Many of the greatest works of art and literature have been sparked by a fire of turmoil or birthed from the dark womb of sadness. 6 of Swords indicates it's time for you to venture across the unknown sea. Something awaits your arrival. So are you ready Are you ready to go on your journey? Something's waiting for you in your future, but it requires you to step out of your past. Let's do some more clarifying cards here for you, Capricorn. This is the Modern Witch Tarot. Just turn it over in a second. The Sun. There's some joy in this month for you. Some real wonderful, warm, happy feelings coming your way. More guidance for Capricorn for March, please. Okay, hold on. One of them turned over in the deck. King of Cups in reverse. Let's see what else we have to see out our context here, but that tends to mean that you're not, you're putting conditions on your affection, or someone is putting conditions on their affection for you. The Chariot, you don't feel like you're actually in charge of the direction you're moving. You are, but you're not feeling like you are. You feel like there's something controlling you, or delaying your movement, or not allowing you to move in the direction you really want to move in. That's going to be different for all of you, but these two cards, the Chariot, the Two of Wands, in reverse, it feels like you want to make plans, you want to make a decision about the direction of your life, the direction of your path, but there's something standing in the way there. You are very tenacious. You've got a lot of commitment to really getting your work done at this point, to really finding that path forward. And you've been fighting a lot of battles to move yourself ahead, to progress on your path, to be authentic to your passions. It hasn't been an easy road, but that's changing now. And the less comfortable part of the story here is that the way it's changing is that a part of you is dying. And by that I mean part of the identity that you've always held of yourself. You know, let me think of a random example. I'm a left-handed pitcher, and that's who I am. Well, what if someday you aren't? It's a random example. I don't know why that one came to mind, but if for some reason you could no longer be a left-handed pitcher, you would need to leave that piece of your identity behind, and anything that's associated with it, you know, the uniqueness of it, the specialness of feeling like I am this person that does this thing that not many people can do. In a Ten of Swords situation, you would have to accept that that's not part of who you are anymore, and that it's time to move forward and embrace some other facet of who you are, redefine yourself. And that's what I'm seeing for you this month, is really looking at where you're in these repeating cycles and deciding if you're ready now to move forward. Where you feel like someone is blocking you or you don't have the control, is it true? Ask yourself. Or is it convenient because it's scary to think about moving forward, it's scary to think about stepping off the edge into that new opportunity? Are you truly blocked, or are you telling yourself that you're blocked because you don't want to face the unknown? Your Shamanic Healing Oracle card for the month of March is number 16, Masculine Energy. Let's read from the book on that. 16, Masculine Energy. The sun powerful, the sun's here too, yeah. Powerful, a life force without which nothing on this earth could survive. The masculine energy is one of action, doing, creating, forcing. Excuse me. In nature, it is balanced out with feminine energy. When we find ourselves embodying this energy, we get things done. We are thinking, logical beings. If we reside here too staunchly, we do not have any room for the opposite energy to come in. Being able to effortlessly flow from one to the other, masculine to feminine, is the pinnacle of being in the flow energetically. Sometimes in love relationships, the energy turns topsy-turvy, and we end up residing in an energy that doesn't meet our highest need. This is hard to break out of due to fear. The fear of, if I don't do it, it won't get done. Realize that two people make up a relationship, and in an evolved one, the relationship itself develops its own energetic balance, a perfect combination of yin and yang, masculine and feminine. If there is a void in one area, an imbalance will develop, and, as is the nature of things, unconsciously we will try to balance it out. Being aware is a perfect first step. Alternately, this card signifies a very important man in your life. So I think if you are male or female, or don't identify with a gender, you can understand the standard stereotypical qualities of masculine. And that's what you're being called to embody now, to embrace this active versus passive, to take up control and to go after what you want. To really evaluate whether you're truly being held back by something or someone, or if in fact you are just believing that because it's more convenient than taking control of your own life, taking authority and autonomy and responsibility for moving yourself forward on your path, on your soul's journey. This is an interesting month for you, I think. It holds a lot of potential for growth, and it gives you some joy along the way, some challenges, and a whole new identification of who you are. Beautiful. I hope that it's helpful for you. I've really enjoyed doing these readings, and I appreciate any feedback you want to provide. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. We'd love to have you be part of our crew. And I hope you have a fantastic March, Capricorn. Blessings.